Peace, family, peace, beloved, peace of the gods, and peace of the gods and the earths. Welcome back to your Kemetic Yoga Instructional Flow with Ness. If you're joining us today at the top of your day, grand rising, rich rising, glorious rising, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Hope it's accomplishing, hope it's fulfilling, and I hope it's full of love. If you're joining us at the end of your day, I do hope your day was blissful, peaceful, and I hope it was accomplishing. Whether you're starting at the top of your day or at the end of your day, I hope that this practice helps you surrender to the peace that is internal. And I hope that this practice, that this flow, that this sequence helps and allows us the space to reground into our purpose, our natural state of being, and ridding us of the subconscious to allow us to connect and thrive through the conscious mind. Once again, thank you again for joining us today. Today's practice will have a core influence, core emphasis, but it will also be a full body flow as I try to ensure that all practices include all parts of our being and our vessel, but with an emphasis depending on what it is for that day. As I said earlier, this will be a core emphasis. So today what you'll need is really just a mat. Maybe you'll get a little sweaty today, so maybe bring a rag close to you to help with the sweat. But other than that, a rag is all you need today, family. So let's begin at the back of our mat. Standing, big toes slightly separated, heels as well as slightly separated. And we're just going to take some warm-up waves, spinal waves. As we're working our core, we want to ensure that we're using all parts of our core, so our abdominals, our front abdominals, our sides, better known as our obliques. So just shifting the weight from our toes to our heels, swaying back and forth. Maybe you extend the back and then you bring it back in. Move as a wave formation. Tapping into our core energy, into our creative essence, into the space that gives us purpose, and it allows us to create and share. From here, I want you to start to incorporate the shoulders by just rolling your shoulders to the back and rolling them over to the front, doing slight shoulder rolls, and try to find a rhythm with the same flow of the body and with the rolling of the shoulders. We're going to be building some heat today. Working our core, our shoulders, and our front part of our shoulders as well. Come to a neutral stance. From here, when you inhale, raising your hands above your crown. Allow your palms to connect above your crown. Exhale, hands at your heart space. Open up your arms. It's a ka, lifting through your heart space, lifting through the chest. Bringing the shoulder blades to the back side of the body. Exhale, we close. We release our hands back down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, we swing up above our crown. Look at the base of your hands. Exhale into ka, 90 degrees. Lifting that chest. Exhale. Hands connect at our heart space. Let your hands fall down by the side. Opening up our shoulder blades and our chest. As we're going to be entering our forearm plank quite a few times today. So ensuring that our shoulders are open. Exhale, hands at our heart space. Open up the chest. Will help with the balancing and connectivity of our plank pose. From here, we're going to move all in one motion, swinging our hands above our crown. And these little movements, exhale, fold, are great to start your day with, end your day with. If you have any low back pain, I should just pausing the video and repeating these spinal waves that we just took. And just alleviating that tension. And here, after the forward fold, we're just going to pedal out a little bit, bending the right, bending the left, straightening the left, straightening the right. Pedaling our bike that leads us to the future of heightened love and expression and creativity. And our highest self. Inhale, come to your flat back. Plant your fingertips onto the ground.
If you can't, plant your fingertips on the ground here. Maybe some blocks would help here or some books. If you can, maybe try flattening out those palms on the ground, shifting your weight towards your palms and in your toes. Feel your lats start to turn on as you shift forward. Maybe you need to walk your hands a little bit more forward. Exhale, slide your hands, slide the weight back into your heels, off of your hands. Maybe lift all 10 toes, stretching out our calves. Roll back into the toes, shifting the weights forward and our palms. Exhale, roll back down to our heels, lifting our toes. Last time, rolling forward into our palms and our toes. Maybe you start lifting the heels here. Shifting your weight completely forward, looking between your palms. Exhale, slide back down, have your feet flat onto the ground, fingertips connected or your entire palm. Look forward, step forward with your right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, coming to a pyramid pose. Send your heels up towards the sky, come to the tops of your toes, then drop your heels back down. Shift your weight into your thighs and into your legs. Great work. Lift the heels, and as you drop your heels, start walking your hands back towards your feet. Roll to a standing posture. Allow your hands to drop down by your waist side. No need for a circle above the crown. Just roll the shoulders back to lift the chest. Exhale. Now we wave back up. Inhale, raise your hands. Protect the lower belly by drawing your core in. Your lower back. Exhale, we fold. Rock forward to shift your weight into your hands and your toes, and rock back and to shift your weight into your heel, lifting your 10 toes. Walk forward with your right, walk forward with your left. Maybe you're not taking as many steps forward with your hands. I felt kind of funny to say steps with your hands. You're usually stepping with your feet normally. But using different parts of our body to create different functions in our body. Step back with your left hand now. Step back with your right hand. Maybe you shorten your stance, your steps up more too. Rolling yourselves up to a stand. Letting your hands, your arms drop by your side. Inhale, we swing back up. Palms kiss, connect. Mirror above our crown. Exhale, we forward, fold, setting our hips back, dropping our front body over our thighs. Inhale, shift your weight forward into the toes and palms. Maybe you come for a little bit of lift here and you roll back, down, dropping our heels, lifting our toes and the knuckles of our toes. Place all 10 toes back down. We walk out, taking as many or less steps as possible. Warming up our spine, our shoulders, and our back. Lift the heels, our lower back to be honest. Dropping your knees down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big toes kiss, they connect. Knees spill out as wide as the mat. Allow yourself to drop in the middle between your thighs and allow your crown of the head to meet the earth between the biceps into your child's posture. Taking rest before we work. Sinking down. Tent your hands, look forward, walk both hands over to the left. You can stack them or have them tent, just reaching off to the left side of your mat. Look past or underneath your right armpit. Maybe you're touching your right bicep with your temple, continuing that connection. Slide back to the middle. Slide back over to our right side. opposing side. Sending your breath long and deep down our left side of our spine. Great work. Slide back to your middle line. Flatten out the palms. Walk your right hand back. Walk the left hand back. Let's take a few rounds of Father Gap and Mother Newt. You can tuck your toes for this round, family. Inhale, lift your chest. Lift the seat. Drop the belly. Now we round. Inhale. Cow. Exhale. Cow. Dropping the belly, lifting the chest. Round. Dropping the belly, lift the chest. Round. Last one. Drop the belly, lift that chest. Doing so good. And we round. Excellent. Keep those toes tucked, family. And just walk your hands back so that they're in front or stacked on top of your thighs, taking a little rest in this posture, but also working on that reflexology in our feet. If you want to readjust to ensure that all 10 toes are tucked underneath, make sure those pinky toes are tucked underneath as well. Go right ahead. Perfect. Let's return our palms back down to the ground. Quickly, let's work on our wrists. Just turn your fingertips to face your kneecaps. And just maybe move side to side, starting clockwise. And I should just take in these circles very, very small, as this tension on our wrists is extremely active. If you feel any pain, I want you to come off and not rotate your hands completely backwards. Maybe rotate them out to the side and then work on that little circle. Other than that, keep your hands facing your knees and maybe reverse that circle now in the opposite direction. Being aware of the tension that's different between causing pain and the tension that's creating space. Because when we're creating new space, we're moving past the current stage or current space that we have created for ourselves. So it's almost inevitable to have quote unquote growing pains, quote unquote stretch marks. And just knowing when it's painful and when you're creating a new space of experience, of life, of journey, and progression. Rotate the other way for one more time. Rotate your hands forward. Have those toes tucked. Sit back down onto your heels. Bringing your inner thighs to touch energetically and bring the soles of your feet to touch energetically. Finding some stillness, finding some peace, but also connectivity from the root of your soles of your feet. Great work. Plant your palms back down. You can keep those toes tucked. We're going to some easy twists. Pulses. So first you're going to swing open with your right palm. Rotate with that right side body by pulling your left ribs into center and right ribs pulling back towards the left. Exhale, let your right palm touch the inside of your left wrist. Rotate back up. 2. This time we're going to inhale, swing up, and rotate all the way underneath that little pocket we created with the left arm. Slide the left hand towards the top of the mat, the top of the mat. Allow your left palm to slide towards the right corner so you can keep those toes tucked to work on the soles of those feet. Looking past those right fingertips, maybe give your fingers a little wiggle. Keep the activity in your hand. Exhale, bend the left arm and place the left fingertips in alignment with your eyesight. Press through the fingertips or palm to rotate that shoulder open a little bit more on the left side. Inhale. Exhale, release. Place the left palm flat. Press into the left palm to swing open the same way you entered. Exhale, let that right hand meet the earth. Right to the left side. Let's go. Left hand swings open. Press to the right palm. Feel the stretch happening on the right side body now. From that opening. Exhale. Let the left hand connect. Connect. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate from the ribs. Work on the extension, but also work on the connection. Flowing from each asana from A all the way to its end point in Z. Sliding the left hand underneath that right socket. Loose, slide, glide, extend the right palm forward. And you could slide it towards the left side corner, the left top corner of your mat. Maybe look past those left fingertips. Maybe give yourself a nice little wiggle of the left hand again. Exhale, bend the right elbow, place the right hand in front of your eyesight on the fingertips and work on pressing out of that twist even more. Don't overdo it. Find the limit and stay within it. If you feel your right hip, if you feel your hips sliding to the right, work on pulling them back over to the left and reaching with the left ribs. Exhale, flatten the right palm, slide out by pressing out of the right palm. Plant both hands flat towards the front of your mat. Great work. Keep your toes tucked for now. Untuck the toes. Sit back onto your feet in your thoracic posture, or take your child's pose, whatever floats your boat here. From here, come back to your tabletop posture. We're gonna go to a bit of a Sphinx, Kemetic Sphinx variation. So it's gonna be our knees are touching, our toes are touching. We're gonna sit back down onto our heels and have our stomach and chest fall on top of our thighs. From here, you're gonna flip your palms to face the sky, to face Mother New above us. And your head, your crown's gonna travel forward. So we're connected with Father Get through the backs of our knuckles, of our hands, and the knuckles of our toes, and of course the tops of our shins. And from here, we're gonna go a puppy pose. So flip your palms back down, walk them forward, just opening up our front body before we even enter that core work. Keep those knees kissing, keep them touching. From here, stack your hips on top of your knees. So you don't want them further out. You want them really stacked on top. And if you gotta feel your body, just work on the alignment. Go ahead, family. See what feels, see what works for you. And allow your chest to fall as deep as possible. Maybe your chin will connect first, and then your chest. Maybe your chest will connect before your chin. Whatever works, honor that. Releasing through our low back and our upper spine, our shoulder girdle, our scapula, and our traps. Exhale, slide all the way down to an extended Sphinx pose with the tops of our feet connected to the ground, our shins connected to the ground, and our thighs connected to the ground. Our hip flexors are relatively off of the ground here. Hands are planted into the ground, and we're at 90 degrees on our elbows, lifting up through the chest. Great work. Exhale, let your elbows push out to the right, push out to the left, making a diamond between your index and thumb. Allow your head to fall into that diamond. This will be our rest posture between our Sphinx and our plank poses. Maybe move your hips from side to side. Maybe you wiggle your legs from side to side. But here we go. We're gonna slide our toes to tuck, lifting the tops of our feet, tucking all 10 toes. Slide your elbows together the same way we slid them apart. We're going to pull them in towards each other. Really find that activation and the engagement.
pulling our chest up through our arms and pulling energetically our arms back. Tuck the toes. Kick the heels back so the quads engage and start to lift. From there, tighten up the lower back by maybe not squeezing, engaging the core and bringing the core to meet the lower back and the lower back or spine to meet the core. And continue to lift until we reach that plank pose where we can drive our heels back, press through our shoulders, around our heart, punch our heart through our spine, and we're looking at our index or thumb or even further to the pawn that's in front of us, that's reflecting our love and power of self. Great work. Exhale, we drop. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Enter our extended Sphinx pose, lifting our chest, stretching and lifting through the front body. Exhale, let your head meet into that diamond shape. Adding on for this version now here. Sliding your elbows towards each other, planting our palms. Right foot tucks, left foot tucks. Here we go. Kick our heels back, lift through our abdominals by connecting our abdominals to our spine and vice versa with our spine. Stay here for 10, 9, 8. It's like a ramp, and your heels are going to be the ending of the ramp, and your shoulders are the height and the highest part of the ramp. 5, 4, 3, 2. Protect that lower back. And 1. I want you now to shift forward, come to the tops of your toes, slide back. Great work. Shift forward, back, tops of the toes. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Working our shoulders, core, and synchronizing with our breath. 2 more. Forward and back. Last one. And we release. Enter your extended Sphinx pose. Lifting through that chest. Make that diamond shape and we exhale and release. Adding on from that variation too. Maybe move your hips from side to side, alleviate any tension. Slide your elbows towards each other, thumbs, fingertips going forward. Tuck your toes, kick your heels behind you. Press through them so you can lift the quads. You can start to engage to the front of the hips from here and start to lift. And allow your inner thighs to connect, kiss, touch. Holding our plank, forearm plank to be exact. Shift forward, shift back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Almost there, good work. Feel the creativity and ability from the center here. Last one. Plant your right palm, plant the left palm, 10 seconds in plank. Holding our strength, pulling our collarbone forward and pulling our heels back. We drop down to our right forearm, left forearm, and we release through our Sphinx fold, extended Sphinx pose. A little bit of tongue twisting here. And we look left gently. Release your neck looking to the right. And we release. So good. Maybe wiggle your hips out a little from side to side once again. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Tuck your left toes and the right. Kick your heels back. Slide your forearms inwardly towards each other. Tuck your toes.
Kick your heels back, lift the knees, and we lift to a plank. So it's almost like a ladder flow where every single time we're building on to this one little sequence, but staying in this one little pocket, staying very connected to the ground, to our abdominals, through the power of our breath, going forward, sliding back, uniting the front part, the back, the upper, and the lower. See where you can generate more space and more breath, more control. Right hand stacks, left hand stacks. Drop your left forearm this time, and then the right forearm this time. Release all the way down into your Sphinx pose. Exhale, release all the way down. So from there, we're going to add in some knee touches and knee crunches on our forearm, but also on our hands, building more heat every single round. Meeting that heat with cooling, still present energy through our exhales, heat building in our inhales. Inhale, bring your elbows together or slide them back to your extended Sphinx pose. Hands planted flat onto the ground. Left toes tuck, right toes tuck. Bring your inner thighs energetically to touch. Press your hips back into your Sphinx, your forward plank. Shifting forward, back, forward, back. Moving a little faster, but still with much control. 3, 2, 1. Right plant, left plant. Drop back down, right first, then left. Let's go to those tucks now. So right's connected with the right, left, right, left, right, left. Go to your hands, same thing, right, left, right, left, right, left. 2 more. Last one. Drop your right, drop your left, drop the body. Extended Sphinx pose. Maybe you're building some sweat, some heat. I know I am. But 2 more rounds, you're doing amazing. Allow your body, allow your chest to meet the ground. Maybe your head is in between your palms. Elbows connect or slide toward each other. Really pull that chest up out of that pocket to stretch your abdominals. All the work that has been put in so far. Great work. Come to a neutral position. Let the spine meet the core. The core meet the spine. Tuck the left and right toes. Bring your thighs to connect if you can. Press to your palms and your forearms to lift into a forearm plank. Shift forward and back. 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left plant, right plant. rounding your shoulders, punching your heart towards the spine, making that ramp. Drop your left, drop your right. Crunch, left, right, left, right. Going to the outside of our elbows. Last one. We lift to our hands, left, right. Work on that connection. Drop your left forearm and the right. Drop your body gently and softly into your extended Sphinx pose. Exhale, relax. One more round. You made it so far. Excellent. Last round, we're gonna enter in a variation of a side plank. So whatever side plank's working for you today, honor that. It could be an assisted side plank. It could be a star side plank, or connected with your right foot. Slide your elbows towards each other. Same variations though. Right toes tucked, left toes tucked. Kick your heels back behind you. Bring your inner thighs to touch and generate power with them by squeezing and engaging them. Now you're gonna lift the lower belly to meet the spine and then raise from your hip flex, from the backs of the hip flexors. Settle into your plank on your forearm. Break in your abdominal walls. Shift forward and back. 8. 3, 2, 1. Right, left. Looking between your palms, pressing through your palms around your shoulders. Engage through the core. Drop your right, drop the left. Right goes first, and left. Right, keeping your hips low. Press through the right palm, and then the left. Switch it at left first. Drop to your forearms. Roll your heels to the left side. Toes pointing towards the right. Come to your forearm plank. Maybe let your bicep drop over the right ear. Flip to the middle, right to the right side. Extending that left arm. Lifting through the lower belly, but also the right side abdominals. Drop your left forearm, drop to your knees, walk back to your thoracic posture, or take a Sphinx, Kemetic Sphinx pose in this rest position. The Kemetic Sphinx is very similar to what we know as child's pose. Only difference is that our knees are together on a Kemetic Sphinx. We're looking forward and our palms are facing up. Or take your thoracic posture here. Return to your tabletop. When you continue breathing there, I'm just going to check the time. Breathing in your tabletop, you're doing so good. Great work. With toes tucked, want us to slide to our pyramid, lifting our knees first, and pressing our hips back behind us. Look forward, step forward with your left, step forward with the right. Great work. Grab onto the big toes with your index and index and middle finger. From here, what I want us to focus on, guys, is not opening up the elbows outside of our body like so and pulling down. What I want us to focus on is bringing the elbows together. So like Sphinx pose, instead of having your elbows out, you brought them in together, right? So same thing, same concept. Grab onto the big toes and rotate your elbows inwardly to fall down. And we're not pulling down, okay? We're actually, it's almost like we're pressing ourselves down by pressing our abdominal muscles to our legs and vice versa with our legs. And that's gonna allow our head to drop down a little bit further. Bringing the elbows in. When we have our elbows out wide, going left and right in these forward fold position, what tends to happen is that we start to crunch the neck, and the neck is not giving enough space to just, release tension and move freely. So just bring your elbows closer in if you can. Inhale, flat back. Release the bind of the thumbs and just fall. Roll yourself up to stand. You can take a nice hefty bend here to connect with the thighs and chest. And roll yourself up, hands well connect above our crown, interlace your palms, flip your hands towards Mother Nu, pull your sternum down, lift through the chest, great work, give a slight little arch, enter into Ka with your elbows again, bring your hands at your heart space, inhale, exhale, let your hands cascade down by your side, great work so far, family. It's funny because I don't know what inclined me to put on a sweater today, but here we are. No matter. Hopefully you guys are in t-shirts and some cooling clothes. Entering our last heat building sequence. This will be our raw salutation. And we're gonna go through a raw salutation. We'll go 2 rounds of salutation A and then another 2 rounds of salutation B. I'm gonna take you through all 4 rounds. Big toes connect, big toes marry, big toes touch. Inhale, we swing our hands above our crown. Connect your palms above your crown. Draw in from your sides, draw in from the ribs, lift the ribs off the hips. Exhale, we forward, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we fold, plant your left and right hand. Step, jump, hop, teleport to the top of a plank. Take your push-up or leave the push-up. Drop your knees and elbows. Slide to your wajet. Exhale. Pyramid pose, 5 rests. Lift your heels, look forward, make your way to the top of the mat ever so slightly. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we fold. Bend your knees, let your stomach and chest connect with your thighs. Roll up, let your hands connect above the crown. Flip your hands to face Mother Nu. Give yourself a little arch. Exhale, bring your hands to your center point, your heart space. Inhale. Exhale. Hands at our hand by our sides. Second round of Sun A's, raw salutation A's. Hands above our crown, and we fold down. Inhale, flat back. Make your way to a plank, any which way. Take your push up or leave it. Wajet. Pyramid. Now, that was our last round of our raw salutation A's. What we will be doing now is our B's. 2 rounds. Breathing into your ribs and slack body. Lift the heels, look forward. Make your way to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Roll yourself up to a stand. Interlace your hands above your crown and punch them towards the sky, lifting through the lats and the armpits. Exhale.
and our heart space. Inhale, exhale, let your hands cascade by down the sides. So now we're going to do 2 rounds of our wild salutation B. Inhale, we sweep. Exhale, we fold.
We're not going to take the vinyasa until the last sequence. So inhale, kick the right leg back, crunch, crunch. 3, 4, 5. Send it back, drop the right foot down and the right knee. Lift through both hands.
You could have your toes tucked or untucked. Maybe this round I have them tucked, and next round I'll flatten them out. Come into a half splits, aligning your hips together. Way. Bend back into the left knee. Pick up the right knee off of the ground. You can plant your fingertips here, or if you want to challenge, don't use your hands. Use the connection between your thigh and your chest and your tummy. Release into a warrior 3 momentarily. Bring it into your chest. Step it down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we fold. Wow. Crunch on the left side. Shift your weight to the right foot, family. And crunch. Extend. Crunch. Extend. Crunch. Extend. Crunch. Extend. Crunch. Extend it back out long. Tuck the toes. Keep them tucked. Drop the right knee down ever so slightly, ever so gently, and with a bunch of care. And we swing up into our low lunge. And B, it's imperative here that we're actually flattening out on both sides of our body. And we're not overextending on the front or overextending on the back. You want everything neutral, so pull energetically, pull the right hip back, and we're gonna drive forward with the left hip, squeezing with our right foot. Left toes are just tucked. It actually helps with the balance somewhat, but also stretching out the soles of our feet today. Exhale, come into that half split variation. Take any readjustments when necessary and if necessary. But know when your readjustments are for the comfort, whether or not they're readjustments for comfort or to help expand. Once again, you don't need to use your hands here if you can, but shift into a warrior 3 or crouching warrior variation. Straighten out that leg. Bring the left knee into your chest. Drop the left foot. We're not going for a vinyasa, but we will do a chair pose here. Big toes can connect or slightly separated by a couple centimeters. Swing back, swing forward. Looking up, pulling our hands back. Exhale, we forward fold. Right leg again. 1, maybe you have a different point of connectivity with the with the knee, and whatever body part you're bringing it to connect. I'm going between my elbow and my chin, and I'm dropping the foot down, walking the left foot forward, releasing the right toes, so the tops of my right foot are pressing down towards Father Gap, lifting my hands up. Exhale into Ka, lifting the heart space. Inhale. Exhale to Ka. Half splits. Great work. Fall back into that left knee by bending it. You can have the tops of the foot tucked. You can have the tops of the foot connected with the ground or have your toes tucked. But if you want your tops of your foot connected here, stay here. Press to the tops of your ankle, stretch through the top of your ankle. You want to lean a little bit forward, bringing your left knee past your big toes and slide your right heel up. Of course, your hands are there for your assistance. Bring your knee to your chest. We step it down, flat back, and we fold. Last round, family. You made it. You did it. Wow. Extend. Crunch. It's
very hot in here, Toronto, today. Dropping our left toes, untucking the left toes. Before that, drop your left knee, untuck the left toes. I can't wait to go outside and continue to enjoy the loveliness of our summer here in the city. Half splits variation, whichever floats your boat, keep that afloat, family. Whoa, this might feel different from the last 3 rounds we did. Step back into the right knee. Once again, travel past. And this level or this trajectory where our knee going past our toe, there is a notion of this being dangerous, but if you come to think of it, any time that we're doing something that lacks consciousness, or we're just doing something just with the sake of doing it, it immediately brings danger. But if we do anything with a point of consciousness and awareness, we protect what needs to be protected, and we guide exactly what we need from that space. Bring yourselves into a warrior 3, a warrior 3 variation, or a crouching warrior. Exhale, bring your big toes to connect. So good. Roll yourself up to a complete stand position. Swing your hands above your crown. Exhale, we fold, taking our last vinyasa for our raw salutations. Take your push up, drop your knees and your elbows, slide. Pyramid pose. Inhale, exhale. Lift your heels, look forward, make your way to the top. If your hands are sweaty like mine, grab your rag, give yourself a nice wipe. If you don't have a rag like me, wipe your hands on your shorts. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Last sequence here, family. Enter your chair pose by swinging back to swing forward. Bring your hands to your heart space. Lift the right heel off the ground. Bring the knee into your collarbone. Hold that for 5, 4. See if you can bend the left leg a bit more. Bring it higher. 3, 2, 1. Send it back. You're doing so good. Drop the right toes. Keep the right knee lifted though. Into your high lunge. Drop the right heel down. Enter your warrior 1. Rotating both hips and both legs to travel back onto your back body. Warrior 2. Left hand up, right hand facing Father God. Looking past our left fingertips. Sink a little bit lower if you can. Rotate forward, applying your fingertips or your palm. Slide to a 3-legged pyramid posture. Roll to your lungette. Exhale, pyramid pose. Slide the left leg up behind you. Step it forward in between your palms. Kick the right leg behind you. Warrior 3 or crouching warrior, whichever works for you today. Bring that knee to your chest. Step it down. Great work. Left leg. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we fold. Swing behind you, swing in front of you. Hands at our heart space. Lift the left heel. Bring it into your chest. Drop down a little bit lower. Stay there for 5, 4, 3. Drop down a little bit lower. Lift it higher. 2, 1. Send it back. If you fall, that's great. You're trying something you didn't do before. Drop your left toes. Right foot slides forward. High lunge. You pull your arms back a little bit more. Lift the lower belly off the thigh. Spin the left heel down. Leaning forward with our warrior 1. So our hips, thighs are rotating back. Left hip is rotating back. Right hip is rotating back. Exhale, warrior 2. And we take our vinyasa. Right leg will extend back, slide to your wajat. Pyramid posture momentarily. Step forward the right leg. Warrior 3, crouching warrior variation. Bring it into your chest. Step it down. Great work. From here, what I want you to do now is start to lift your heels off of the ground. As you lift your heels, lower your chest and your stomach to connect with your thighs. And see how low you can bring your bum to your heels without dropping down to your bum. Great work. Lift the heels, lift your thighs off of your chest off your thighs, and drop the heels. Great work. From here, step back with the right leg, step forward with the left, drop the right knee, untuck the right toes, crawl the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Drop into your lizard lunge. This will be our last active asana for the day. Squeezing that left knee in towards your body, right leg long. Excellent. Left hand plant, right hand plant, right toes tucked, right knee lifts. Spin the right heel down. Look at the right heel. See if it's spun down. If you spin it, great work. Come to the tops of your fingertips, straighten out that left leg. Squeeze your inner thigh towards each other. Great work. Inner arches. Energetically draw the inner arch of the right foot to connect with the left heel. Good. Spin the left foot to face the right side of your mat. Continue walking your hands over to the back edge of your mat to frame or to have your hands in the inside of your right foot. Drop the right knee on the left knee, untuck the left knee, the left toes, Jesus, and drop down to your lizard lunge. Bring the inside edge of your right foot towards each other. Everything draw it into your middle line. You're doing amazing. Maybe let it open up a little bit more. I always tend to drop open this right knee. And I was thinking, am I doing that for comfort, or am I doing that to find different levels that I've created? These intrinsic thoughts that occur when you're flowing are just another experience for us to digest and learn more about ourselves and our power. Plant the right, plant the left. So good. Lift the left knee, spin the left heel down, walk yourselves back into your center alignment, both toes facing the right side. Now walk back to the front. Great work. You can drop the right knee down, plant the left palm, plant the right palm, slide yourself back into your child's pose, your sphinx pose, or your thoracic posture. We're going to take one more front body opening here. Sitting on the tops of our feet, I want you to grab onto your heels from here. Maybe separate your knees a little bit wider so you have some more room. And if the grabbing of the heels is too much for you, what I want you to do is just to interlace your hands behind your back like so. And if that's too much for you, just grab on to your hip flexors. Grab onto your hips. From here, we're going to lift up off our knees, drive our knees in towards the ground, but lift our chest and expand our chest. Maybe you have your hands on a cross at your heart space. Trying to play with how low you can go. Just travel and experience. Lift back up, drop back down, cross your shins, sit onto your bum, extend your legs out long, grab onto the backs of your knees or your hamstrings, better yet, and slowly start to roll yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae, going as slow and as controlled as possible. Maybe you don't want to grab onto your thighs, just use your abdominal muscles. Exhale, release down to the ground. Bring the left knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. Extend the left leg long.
Bring the right knee into your chest. Give it a great squeeze. Extend the right leg long. What I love to do is bring both knees into my chest. And I love to just give myself the biggest bear hug that I can possibly do. And raise my eyesight between my knees. I just squeeze. Exhale. Audible exhale. You can bring the soles of your feet to connect. Or come into a little bit of a cross, a reclined seated cross pose. Backs connect with the floor. The hardest part was showing up, and you did just that. You're resting your rest posture, preferably for at least 5 minutes. Going to bring us to a conclusion with gratitude, love, and patience. Thank you for joining us today. Namaste. Peace, beloved.